Duck season. Rabbit season. 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 Duck season.
Altcoin season!
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day, great week so far. It's been an amazing week for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin kind of hanging around the 0%. Ethereum still up 4%. Lots of the mid-cap altcoins. We're seeing some of them in the deep green today. Both of the Bitcoin spin-offs are in the red. Not really going to comment on that too much, but having a look, we can see we finally had a breakout from this treacherous downtrend that we've been in. Every single time the altcoins were hitting resistance right here, we had a dump. We hit here again, we had another dump. You can see we tested it again right here in November, another dump, and finally just recently, as of January 14th, we had the breakout. We touched the $86 billion level, which had been giving us some difficulty for a long time, and finally had the breakout, and it does look like things are looking pretty good for the altcoins. We're going to get into that moving forward. I do have some breaking news that came out from Hester Pierce. Some people call her Bitcoin mom. We're going to get into that. It might actually be good for the altcoins moving forward. Having a look at the Bitcoin chart right here, you can see we're still putting in higher highs and higher lows. However, we are sort of in an ascending wedge pattern. I'm going to show you in a minute. Technically, that's textbook bearish. So do we need a bit of a cool off? Well, it is the weekend. We do know that volume tends to drop off. We have the CME dropping off over the weekend, right? They don't trade. So sometimes we see some crazy volatility on the weekends. We're going to talk about that, but I do want to discuss the fact that I think Wall Street is going absolutely nuts for Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you why in literally just a few minutes. I'm going to show you right away why I do believe that. And finally, guys, if you have not seen this clip that I retweeted on my Twitter, with Andreas Antonopoulos, I literally wrote, this is probably my favorite Bitcoin clip I've seen all week. If you're not bullish now, this is going to make you even more bullish. So definitely stick around for that clip. And of course, we do have some bullish Bitcoin news at the end of the video. But that being said, guys, thank you so much. And if you are not subscribed to the Crypto Zombie channel, well, what are you waiting for? We do this every single day. It's been an amazing week. And of course, every Monday, we do give away a hardware wallet to one lucky winner, Ledger Nano S. Drop a comment below and I will pick a random winner on Monday. Now, giving this a quick refresh live, Bitcoin dominance holding steady around the 64%. Switching to the Bitcoin comparative, still kind of a mix right now. It's kind of an off day right now. Not too many coins are taking off. Kick token is still up 30%, but with volume at 193,000, I really wouldn't touch Kick token. That's my opinion. You want to gamble on it, have fun. But we have noticed that Hypercash Waves Chainlink, which was mentioned in the other video by Hashoshi, is actually up also almost 11%. Komodo, Algorand, Decentraland, ZB token, and Binance Coin, Fear and Greed, sitting around 56. Now, here's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to get right to it. So this is showing me that Wall Street is pretty damn bullish on Bitcoin specifically right now. And that is because you could see right here on February 6th and also yesterday, we had Bitcoin go above the $10,000 level twice. You could see right here, we went to about $10,010, and here we went to $10,030 before having a pullback. But even at the time of making this video, you could see that CME futures are around $9,915, whereas Bitcoin currently is only sitting around $9,800. So there's about a $100 premium right now over on the CME futures. Now, the reason that I'm bringing that up is because, well, you need to kind of be a whale or at least have a decent chunk of change to be trading, right? Because one contract is 5 Bitcoin. You need to have 5 Bitcoin to be trading on this exchange. And look at this. I mean, this chart looks like it's waiting for a major breakout, right? Obviously, the weekend does have surprises. We do have a CME futures gap around $8,500, but interestingly enough, we're going to get back to the charts, but check this out. Twitter stock is up 20%, while Square stock has hit its local high of $81.65, up 10% in the last week and nearly 25% in January. Now, I know stock markets are doing well. Interestingly enough, though, both of these are owned by Jack, CEO of Twitter, very bullish on Bitcoin. Just going to point that out before we move on a little bit more. Now you can see right here, this does look like we're putting in a classic sort of ascending wedge pattern. Now I'm doing this on the 30-minute chart, guys. That's why I'm not going wick to wick. If you actually zoom out to the daily, you'll see it's a perfect ascending wedge. Now textbook, these do generally call, once they get to the end, they do look for a break to the downside, right? Now, is that going to happen this time? Well, we do have a lot of bullish momentum for Bitcoin right now. If we were to fall down, we could look to retest the 9.5K level, or we may go all the way down to the 9.4K, which was sort of the top of that crazy flag that we were having difficulty breaking out of, right? Or we do have the CME futures gap. But having a look right here, you can see that we're still above the 200 daily. We're out of the blue zone. And I mean, as far as I could tell, this looks very natural. I mean, look at this chart, guys. This is a very natural, nice curve. It's not a BART pattern. It doesn't look manipulated. If I actually turn on the volume, right here, we can see that we do have volume on the bigger move, so I do consider this to be more natural. And obviously, like I said, we are putting in a bit of a parabolic trend. Every time we touch down, Bitcoin seems to just keep going higher and higher and higher. Now, we know that assets don't just go straight up forever. There is going to be a pullback. When? That is the question. That is the question. And I told you yesterday that I am looking along these dips. And finally, what I'm looking at is the monthly chart. And as long as we can essentially stay above this resistance line that held us down during both of the all-time high and the high of last year, well then, guys, we're definitely in the green, and this is the zone that we want to be in. So having a look right here, yeah, I mean, you do see Bitcoin kind of still consolidating. Don't be surprised if we have a pullback. I mean, we've been going up since basically the beginning of the year. Nonstop. So, but I mean, I don't know. We could just keep skyrocketing forever. It's Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is kind of crazy like that. But guys, before we get into the news, you have to watch this Andreas Antonopoulos clip. I did retweet this on my Twitter, but it's like you can see, it's 2 minutes long. If you're only going to watch one thing in this video, it's this. If you want to leave after this, go ahead. I hope you don't, but definitely check this out.
Just a quick follow-up on that. Do you have any concerns about a large nation state that has interest in just actively destroying Bitcoin to make their own, super rigs and design chips and just throw hundreds of millions or billions of dollars to intentionally disrupt the blockchain?
Yeah, I don't worry about that at all. This cannot be done with Bitcoin anymore. This is something that can only be done with nascent altcoins. Bitcoin has achieved a level of computing that no single nation state can overthrow it through computation alone. The effort to do so would require a massive covert operation of chip fabrication, then the coordinated assault that would give them dominance over the next block for 10 minutes until we kick those bastards off the network, rework the protocol around them. They would be revealed. They would have lost $1 billion doing this, and all they got to do was one double spend. Now, here's the thing. Long before we get to that point, they figure out that if they just let this stuff run, they can actually get some Bitcoin as a reward because the incentive structure actually works. And so I'm not worried about that. And a lot of people are watching the blockchain. And as I said before, what are they going to do? So they take over and they fork the blockchain and they go somewhere, right? They've created an alternative blockchain. Great. What are we going to do? Who's going to join the NSA blockchain? Anybody want to jump on FedCoin? So we're all going to stay on the old fork. Difficulty will go down. It will get more profitable for the miners who stayed behind, and we'll carry on with our coin, and they can go mine whatever the hell they want on their alternative blockchain. They achieve nothing. They can't make protocol changes because we, as I said, 5 constituencies in consensus, and it would take $1 billion to pull the most ridiculous Keystone Cops failure in history. Plus, this would actually require government that can do IT.
Oh my goodness, what a burn. So is it taboo to actually like a retweet? I mean, I'm liking it for Andreas, but man, my goodness, guys. I mean, do you understand? Like, Bitcoin has become such a powerful network at this point that even if a government was willing to spend that type of money to intentionally sabotage, essentially, the chain, it would really be useless. They might get a couple double spends in there. And then let's say they did want to just fork it. Well, all the miners that are, on the chain that is the true Bitcoin could just keep mining that chain, and we don't have to follow essentially what these other guys are doing, which is like you've seen with all these other Bitcoin forks, right? That's the beauty. You can fork Bitcoin, if you want to, you can. But we all know who the true Bitcoin really is. So, man, if you haven't followed Andreas Antonopoulos, like, give the video a like, man. This guy's amazing. Really got me pumped. Really, I hope it got you pumped as well. One other thing I wanted to talk about statistically before we get into the news of the day is I was having a look at CoinDance stats over here. I'm not 100% sure where they get these stats from. Maybe they pull them from like Twitter bios or stuff like that. But you can see right here that Bitcoin engagement by gender is actually up. Now, I remember when I first started making videos, the audience was roughly around 4% female, and you can see right here, it looks like the females have actually gone up to 12.28%, which means that a lot more women are getting involved in the blockchain space. And also, I've had more female subscribers as well on my channel, so ladies, I do see you. Thank you so much. And also, check this out. You know, you had seen Bitcoin being recently more of a millennial thing. Well, now you actually have 26% between the ages of 35 and 44, which is showing that it's not just the younger generation that's actually interested in Bitcoin, blockchain technology, etc., but also now you're seeing the older generation starting to, I don't know if it's the price going up that's getting them excited, whatever, but you're seeing that the interest is coming in. So that is pretty good moving forward. Now, the breaking news, you might have already heard this, but for those of you who haven't, we have SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce. Some of you may know her as Crypto Mom, okay? She's formally proposed a safe harbor for token projects. It would give them some breathing room to develop their networks and communities before having to worry about the regulatory regimen. Basically allowing these projects, you know, to sort of, I guess, be somewhat securities potentially, but then grow out of it, right? You can see down here, under her proposal, startups would have a 3-year grace period from their first token sale to achieve a level of decentralization sufficient to pass through the agency's securities evaluations, including the very outdated Howey test. Some tokens may appear to have the qualities of a security at launch, but then mature, right? For example, you had SEC Director of Corporation Finance William Hinman back in June of 2018. He actually said that Ether, which is the native token on Ethereum, is in fact not a security. And then you had SEC Chairman Jay Clayton also endorsing this view as well, right? So they said maybe in the beginning, the price of Ethereum kind of was reliant on the developers and what they were doing, not necessarily on the work of the investors. So basically when something else or the work of others essentially is going to pump the price, the Howey test says that that's a security. I kind of paraphrase that, right? You saw something similar happen with EOS where it was an ERC20, and then basically now it migrated to its own native blockchain. Similar situation happened as well. Also, the good news from the Australian government, they released a national blockchain roadmap. These guys are getting interested, okay? You're seeing nations get interested. You're seeing all these. Check out yesterday's video, man. Oh my God, crypto adoption, right? But you can see that they had a 52-page roadmap that lists a 12-step approach to that the government said will help Australia to progress towards a blockchain-empowered future. So they have a 5-year roadmap that's hoping to bring regulatory frameworks to basically help people develop blockchain skills, increase global investment and collaboration opportunities. I'm not going to go through all this steps 1 through 12. It's going to take me forever. I'll drop this below if you actually want to read all the 12 steps in the plan. But essentially the government said that blockchain technology, along with other technologies, can help to add an estimated $175 billion in business value by the year 2025. And according to Simon Birmingham, who is the senator and minister for trade, said it is vital that Australia and our tech companies stay ahead of the game in one of the world's fastest growing technology sectors, okay? Oh, guys, side note. Did you see that the Wikipedia co-founder, Jimmy Wales? So he basically made this statement at CoinGeek London conference, which keep in mind is they promote Bitcoin SV to stakeholders. He said in a keynote, there is zero chance that Wikipedia will ever use Bitcoin SV. Got him! Got him! Just got to put that out there, guys. But talking about some updates, you know, I got to get into a little bit of tech. I don't know if I'm going to lose some of you, but basically, this is from RSK. So they have a newly released interoperability bridge, okay, that's going to allow a cross between RSK and Ethereum-based digital assets. So this includes Ether and ERC20 tokens, right? So basically, this goes essentially between Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're creating that interoperability. So keep in mind, though, that what they're really doing, they're not actually transferring the real asset. It's a mint and burn, right? So essentially, it's a smart contract. And if you want to transfer something from Ethereum to Bitcoin, what it does is it essentially freezes it on the Ethereum blockchain, like it locks it in a contract, and then it mints new tokens, representations on the Bitcoin network, okay? But I mean, interoperability essentially is an illusion, right? But that's a very good step moving forward. So I just wanted to point that out. But we do sort of have a little bit of a, I hate to say a disappointment from the Ethereum development, but essentially they say that ETH 2.0 will not launch in Q2 as expected. I know we have another setback again, but in an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, basically you had Vitalik Buterin and ETH2 researchers Danny Ryan and Justin Drake, and Drake said that he has a 95% chance confidence that it will launch in 2020, but it's just not going to launch this year in Q2. All right, so we may have to wait a little bit longer for that. Now, you did have Vitalik and Ryan saying that they believe ETH 2.0 could potentially be deployed as phase 1, the beacon chain, which acts as a general manager of ETH's proof of stake system on only 2 stable clients. But, a lot of the other researchers are basically saying that they would like a more conservative approach. They'd like a little bit more. So, I mean, hey, you don't want to let it out of Pandora's box, right? You want to make sure it's perfect, right, before you sort of release it. I understand this. Let me know what you guys think, though, about this. Do you think it's getting ridiculous with them sort of pushing it back? I mean, you've heard the same thing about Lightning with Bitcoin, right? Like, everyone's kind of been frustrated. They don't think the developments are fast enough. But, I mean, sometimes I think with cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin and stuff like that, we're really used to these, like, crazy swings in price. And I think that the price sometimes can get ahead of the tech. And it's a little discouraging for people. They want the tech to move as fast as the price. It's not reality, right? These things take time. Now, I did see some criticism. This came out from Crypto IQ. I might get some hate for this, okay? Now, they're basically pissed off about this $10 million that was raised by Lightning Labs. They're saying now it's just centralized. It's all for profit. Listen, guys, I understand 100%. This is not Satoshi's vision. If you scroll down here, they say that basically Lightning development, if it was conducted in a decentralized, open source, and non-for-profit way, should be built into the actual Bitcoin code. They're saying Lightning should be integrated directly. I'm not saying I disagree with that. That would be great. But I do want to point out the sense of a profit mechanism, okay? Here's the reality. Bitcoin was built for miners. It was, okay? The miners are rewarded for mining Bitcoin, for securing the network, for solving computations. Developers, unfortunately, are not rewarded for developing on Bitcoin. I know, that's a little bit of a flaw that was built into the system, right? If I'm a Bitcoin developer and I'm working for Bitcoin and I'm developing all these Bitcoin advancements and I integrate it into the code, guess what? I don't get rewarded for that. The Bitcoin protocol does not reward developers, it rewards miners, okay? So it's a very tough decision. I could see this being very polarized, but understanding that there does need to kind of be somewhat incentive for these people to be pushing forward these, layer 2 solutions, right? I mean, do you expect these people to work for free? Just work absolutely for free out of the kindness of their hearts? As much as we want that to be true, would you get up every day and go work for your employer for free? Your job right now, would you go there and work for free every day just because you want it? Probably not, right? So take it with a grain of salt. I can see why some people are pissed, but keep in mind, it's still up to you. You don't have to use Lightning. You could just use Bitcoin. I could just send Bitcoin to you, and yeah, you might have to wait 7 to 10 minutes. Okay. Or you could use Lightning. Might be a little bit centralized. So you got to pick and choose your battles. But if you really want to bring in that next 99.7% of the world, because I think it's only like 0.3% or 3, I think it's less than 1% that's using crypto. It's a really low number that's actually using crypto right now. But if you want to bring in the rest of the world, let's be honest, most people are used to using bank apps. Most people are used to using credit cards like Visa. So it's going to be really difficult to get, all these new people in and be like, yeah, totally decentralized, be your own bank, store everything on your own hardware wallet. It's going to be difficult, right? Eventually we can get to that level. But for consumers every day, just, trying to spend $200 and use some Bitcoin to buy groceries, okay? I'm just going to be honest. Look, if you totally disagree with me, drop a comment below, tell me I'm crazy, I'm totally wrong. But understand that you're not going to have a perfectly decentralized, even though that's the libertarian vision, ecosystem moving forward. It's just not realistic. It's going to be a harmony between decentralization and centralization. I rambled a lot, I know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw this. It was a little bit of a contradicting view. Let me know what you guys think. That's it for me, guys. So that is it. Yeah, I ended it on a rant, right? But yeah, so like I said, Fridays, we're going into the weekend. It could get a little bit crazy, could get a little volatile. we have been expecting a bit of a pullback, right? At some point, definitely around the 10K. I mean, even over here, you know, having a look at the CME charts, they hit 10K 2 times now and pulled back. So the $10,000 level is a very psychological level because it's a nice round number. 10,000, right? And it's half of the all-time high, 20,000, 10,000. So human beings are psychological creatures, and I think I've gone on for enough. So that being said, guys, oh, did I show you that I'm wearing my my awesome Bitcoin astronaut t-shirt today? I probably should have said that in the beginning just to show you guys I'm extra bullish moving forward. And that's it, guys. That's it for me. I've rambled on. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. If you want to enter to win the Ledger Nano S, just drop a comment. Any comment on any video makes you eligible. If you're looking to join the Crypto Zombie Telegram, you can click the link up here or down below. It's totally free. We just hang out, talk crypto all day. There's no real incentive. We just literally talk cryptocurrency. It's a fun community of like-minded people. That's it for me. I love you guys. You rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.